welcome back to another Black City Coffee vlog. In this video, let's talk about, what are we gonna talk about? We got a question. Are your temp numbers similar to what you got from the hot top? I started roasting myself with a fresh roast 800 and the temp numbers aren't even close to mine. I've had a lot of fun and was waiting till you got more adventurous and added some different coffees besides Vietnam. Damn, son. Try some honey process. Dominican is my new favorite. Cool. Thanks, B. Williams. What are your temp numbers similar to that you got from the hot tub? Okay. There were times where I think I was maybe charging too hot. I think at some point when I had some African coffee on my hot top, I automatically thought 400 charge. And you know what, maybe that's because, okay, I remember. So I think I ran a little bit hotter with the hot top. Sorry, it's all coming back to me. It's been like 3 years now. Because the hot top has an electric coil and that's how it heats the beans inside the drum. The Mill City roaster that I have right now is gas powered, right? So I'm hooked up to a propane tank and boom, I get fire. Right? I don't have to wait for electric coil to heat up, do this thing, right? So I think when a hot top, waiting for that 10-second, 15-second delay of it for it to actually start having some significant heat change that would then in turn affect the beans in the drum and everything, I had to charge hotter for that delay. Does that make sense? I had to have more like power. I had to crank up the fuel more, so to speak, because there's this delay in the coil, the hot coil, and I would have to I think deal with that. Whereas this gas powered roaster, it's so responsive that I don't need to have any, like, for the most part, I don't need to like handicap the fuel, you know what I mean, or handicap the process. So the hot top, I'm charging a little bit higher because I needed more energy, because I knew it was going to be late on turning and just, you know, making moves with this fuel. With the gas powered one, I could turn it on, I could turn it off. It's like, just like, it's pretty responsive. You know, it's not a one-to-one like anything, but it's just much more responsive than the hot top for sure, because you're working with real fire, not an electric coil. So yeah, the numbers are going to be off. And the numbers don't really matter so much. It's more like, how is the coffee behaving, right? And if you can't like, say there's somebody who asked a question about like, hey, I'm charging really hot and I'm still seeing the same problem or the same issue. Maybe now you need to decrease your batch size. You know, decreasing your batch size will help your roaster not work so hard, right? Like, so if you don't have a roaster that's got freaking 20,000 BTUs under it like mine does, which is normal, right? Even the old school Dietrichs, they don't have that much power. You know, it's more of a slow and steady sort of kind of roasting, I think, belief back then. So could be a safety thing too, like, you know, so the hot top had an automatic shut off at a certain temperature, and maybe your fresh roast 800 does too. So, you know, you have to deal with the limitations of the machine, and it's just the machine. So if the machine is not able to handle a full-size batch, just decrease the batch size. See what works. Is it 80%? Is it 70%? Is it 50%? You know, of the total capacity? That can happen, right? That way, whatever charge temps that you're using will still act pretty similar to, like, say, mine or hot tops or whatever. You just need to, like, manipulate the variables for it all to make sense, okay? Because I feel like the temperature shouldn't change that much. But I haven't, you know, that's not 100% accurate or true, because I'm not testing them all right here in front of you and, you know, running a control and all that stuff. So That's just my theory, I think. Okay. Yes. And then your note about like, can you offer anything else besides Vietnam? I just bought a bunch of Vietnam because I loved it so much at the time. And it works really well in blends. That's a big reason too. Like I love creating blends. And even my Brazil, like that, I don't like by itself, but it's great in my blends. Like that's cool. But yeah, we have a new coffee, an Ethiopia Yerg. I feel like I'm almost there, about to nail it. I can go, so I think I'm going to sell it at like a light plus. Yeah, we're going to do that light plus. That's what I've been tasting, and I've been really loving that because I love body, and I think the majority of you guys really love body in your coffees. So anyway, yeah, hope you learned something. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.